Hello everyone, long time no see. It's Julie at Camelia Crafts Designs. I'm here to do some crafty junk journaly stuff, and I'm going to be making some journal cards, fold out writing spaces, whatever you want to call them. And to decorate them, I've used little bits of all sorts. I've used bits and bobs that were hanging about on my desk. I had an odd rub-on butterfly, so I used it. I had a button, because I've been putting buttons in things, so I used it. Got a bit of twine in that, stuck the odd sticker on. This one, I grabbed some die cuts that I've got hanging about. I say hanging about, they're in my craft room. I bought them to use, but then I buy these things, stash them away and don't use them. So it's all about using it what you've got. I've used different things on both of these. I've used different stickers from different places. I've used stencils. You could use stamps. It's just about getting your stuff out and using it, isn't it, really? And I didn't want to use anything that was too heavy duty. Yeah, I didn't want to go sticking big thick chipboard shapes on front, because it's, at the end of the day, I've just decorated a piece of paper. So yeah, I've got my glitter gel pens out. I've got some crayons out. I use that for colouring in stalks on this flower. The actual flower is a stencil. Looked a bit boring, so I stuck some glitter in the middle. Then I got a glitter gel pen and just put some little lines down between petals. I'm not an artist, I am a crafter, and I will say that I'm a crafter, not an artist. I can colour in some stencils, but I could not draw you that flower. I could not paint you that flower. But if you are an artist and you could paint that flower, perhaps you could just do a little bit of watercolour on the front of one of these. It's just a bit different from a tag or a journal card to put in a pocket. So let me show you. It's just that, yeah. It's probably one of them ideas everyone does, but no one's done a video because it's so simple and straightforward. I'd not seen this before till I got a happy mail from my friend Zoe at Paper Eve Creations last Christmas, and she'd popped one in. And I don't know why, but I like the look that there's only one corner decorated. So you can journal everywhere. Then you've got the whole of that side to journal on. That is just there, so it's out of your way when you're writing as well. So yeah, I quite like it. Yeah, so that's that one. That's that one. Should we have a play and make one while I waffle at you, instead of just watching them two sat there doing no? Right, I'm going to start off with some tea-dyed paper. You don't have to have tea-dyed. If you've got just any coloured paper, any plain paper, you could ink it, do whatever with it. I had a piece of paper around here somewhere. Here, look, I had that one. I was just testing what colour my Distress inks came out on it, but I thought I could keep that for testing, and yeah, we'll eventually end up with something like this. Ooh, look at that. It's pretty. It's a bit bright for me, isn't it? I was testing colour of them, and then I thought, hang on, why don't you test them on the paper you're using rather than a piece of white? Well, I also cleaned my brushes off after I'd used them on here. Then I just sprayed them with a bit of water, just sprayed them with a little bit of glittery spritzy stuff. And yeah, that's going to make another journal card. Don't know what I'm going to put on it like yet, but it'll make something. So yeah, make it on any kind of paper you want. So I'm going to start off by very neatly folding. I haven't started crafting yet, and this area is already, it's squashing down to about 6 inch by 6, isn't it? Right, we'll do this one. No, I'll do that one. She's off, changing her mind. It's just a bit paler. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm going to put the darker one inside, just because my style, I think, at the moment lends itself to a paler sheet of paper. If it's too dark, grab some gesso, or grab some white acrylic paint and just get artistic with it. Although I'm not artistic, I'm crafty. Yeah, so I'm just, let's move these out of the way, and then I can get my bone folder out and get a nice, oh, craft lunch already, that's my spare phone. We can get a nice crispy crease on it. Whee, crispy crease. I'm saying crispy crease because it was my girl's birthday last week, and they had, instead of a cake, well, one of them had Krispy Kreme donuts delivered, and they got a bit bashed in post. But I will say, Krispy Kreme, the customer service is second to none, because a couple of donuts got damaged. they've given us a voucher for another 12 donuts. It's like, wow. So yeah, anyway. And yeah, people will be wondering where I've been. I had flu and it's just took me so long to get over it because I got a chest infection. And yeah, everything was just tiring me out. So I just rested. I didn't even have energy to answer comments. I've done nothing. I've been a sloth. I've listened to a lot of audiobooks. Right, so, oh, look how nice, and I've done that really well. You know, when I concentrated really hard on doing that on my own, it went a bit wonky. So if at this point you're not happy with it, if it's all wonky like that, just put it in your trimmer and square it off, trim it, don't matter. Yeah, long as it looks good. I mean, if the edges of your paper are a bit wrinkly, if it's tea dyed, trim them off first. But I quite like that. Right, then you've got to decide, do you want it portrait ways or landscape ways? I think I'll do another portrait ways one. That don't make sense. Now I've got my front part there on the front left, so I can fold out like such. Now another thing you could do with this, I was thinking, is you could glue it. You could glue the back page into a journal. So get the journal out, woman. Get the journal out. I've just happened to be working on one, so it's here. Yeah. So you could glue that one on, I suppose. And it would have to be, yeah, it'd be that one that would glue down, woman. So it would fold out like that. Personally, I'd prefer to just pop it in a pocket. But that is something you could do. Yeah. Yeah, just a thought. That's what I've been doing with buttons. If anyone saw, I did a post and I put picture a load of buttons on, and I did say there might be an upcoming video, and then I never did it because I was ill. So yeah, buttons. I've just put corresponding buttons on each side of the page, tiny bit of glue so they don't drop off or paper don't tear, and sewed them. I thought it just looked cute. I like to leave plenty of space for journaling my journals. And yeah, but just a full blank page can be a little bit intimidating, can't it? Needs something on it. Anyway, that were a side waffle. Let's get back to this. So, I'm going to start off by using some stencils. Let me grab... Now, use what stencils you've got. I am going to use a brick on this again. I liked the brick. Or you could just use splashes. I'm using brick because I know I'm going to decorate it with a flower. And I just like the look of it. Oh, let's do that off camera because I reckon they're just all reflecting on my light and causing... Ooh, a rose stencil. Might use that. Might not. I haven't decided yet. So, I'm going to do some bricks. I shall now also bring back in my piece of cardboard. That's just... This is, yeah, I want to protect my craft mat. I don't want my craft mat getting dirty or inky. It just looks better on camera, that's all. Also, I'd have to buy a new mat if it got too dirty. I just would. I know it's not normal, but there's no fun in being normal, is there? Right, what colour shall I use? Now, I do like the colour I used on this one. And I think that was tea dye I used, but just use whatever colour you've got. So if I can find tea dye, it could be anywhere. Did I use a Distress Oxide in tea dye? I might have. Where could it be? There it is. My desk is just, yeah, very, very small at the minute because there's just stuff everywhere. Right, and I used my big brush to put it on. One of these are cheap makeup brushes, aren't they? If you've got them, you know. If you haven't, you don't. But now you do. Right, and I'm just going to put this... I'm going to do one side at a time. I'm not going to do it everywhere. I'm coming from edge because I'm always heavy-handed when I first come in. And I don't mind it being a bit darker on edge. Then I'll get used to how much to put on. I like not having as much as in the middle. As much in the middle. I can't talk. I've lost the ability to talk sense. No, actually, I'll rephrase that. Because I don't actually think I... ever had the ability to talk sense, but yeah, I've lost the ability to make sentences. So, oh, how good does that look? Then I'm going to use this side. Yeah, I got me so confused then. I'm not going to line them up because they're not going to line up perfectly. But the lines that go across I want to line up. I mean, if you've got a bigger stencil, it's not an issue, is it? But I like this size. The bigger ones I tend to... Sometimes I don't have room to use them on my desk, to be quite honest. There's probably lots of things I could have done, like put it on a sticky mat or stuck it down somewhere, or me and sticky mats don't get on. Because sticky mats just end up in all bits that come off everything, don't they? Little bits of card, cat hairs, yeah. Cats are good for mucking up your sticky mats. I could have used some stick. I could have done all sorts, but I didn't. I just held it. Am I lazy? I don't know. Did it take me longer? It might have. Am I bothered? Not really. Now, I want a little bit of dark around them edges. Yeah, and I can't be bothered to put my stencil back on, so I'm just... Try it brush. Yeah, brush should do it. Yeah, there we go. My bricks might not be as defined, but I can live with that. Brick police are not going to come and get me. Right, so that's that. I want a little bit of foliage. Now, if you look at this one I did, I went far too dark with that background. That's why I then dug out something really vibrant to put there. I wanted to put something more delicate on there. In fact, I had a nice pink rose to put on. And is that still hanging about somewhere? Well, I've probably lost it. No, yeah, I've lost it. Not new there then. Oh, here we go. It weren't a rose. Is it an aster it's called? I don't know what it's called. And I wanted to put that on. And do you know what? I just thought it was not vibrant enough considering how dark I'd made that green. So I'm going to do some green foliage on it, but I'm not going to make it as dark this time. So grab another stencil for that. Which one shall we use? I know what my favourite is. I'll show you some of these. I did buy a pack of stencils off Amazon. Or were it even Temu? Do you know, I don't know. If they're on Amazon, I'll link them. And I quite like them. Yeah, lots of... Oh, yeah. Oh, I might put something at the bottom with that. Yeah, but the cake... Excuse me. Can you see there were lots of these little bits that join them and I don't like them, so I just cut them off. Oh, I hope this isn't reflecting with light. I cut them. I mean, your stencil is more likely to get tangled in another stencil, depending on how you store them, once you've cut. I just don't like them. They do it where your stencil is... If you were going to be using something like texture paste, I think you might have an issue then. But I just use mine for inking. I can't be doing with paste on my fingers. So yeah, and I've done that to the whole of this one. Apart, I've missed one. Let's do that. There you go. And yeah, I'm gonna do this in green, but not as... I'm not gonna be as heavy-handed as I was on that other one. Now I've got another little brush. That's my green one. Now I'm just gonna see if I've got any green left on that before I go dipping it in any ink. And I'm gonna start here. Because you never know. That might even be... Yeah, I've got some on it. That might even be dark enough, and that's just what I had left on my brush from doing my last project. I think I chose a sage green, bundled sage, and I don't know if this is Distress Ink or Distress Oxide, because I can't remember. Yeah, I don't, it's not that I don't look after my inks, but I'm not looking for the professional... I'm not going to be using the techniques that give the professional finish, because to be quite honest, I can't remember the techniques long enough to use them. And yeah, I just can't. And then when I watch people doing really specific techniques with really specific things, and if there's one thing I haven't got, I then want to buy it. So no, that's not happening. I'm just lining my stencil back up. So I want to make sure I've got ink down to bottomish. Bottomish. Yeah. There we go. I like that. Now I've not gone right to the top at stencil because they look like flowers, and I don't want flowers. I just like that. I think that looks good enough. And then I've got this. I just want to plonk that on. I quite like that. I like that these are muted into background. Yeah, I'm going to lose a bit of that at bottom, but I'm not right bothered. So I'm going to glue that on. I'll then stick a label on, stick a butterfly on. That, we've got a bit of a shot, we've got a brick short. What did they do? They run out of bricks when they were building that. Maybe they did. So maybe I need a butterfly in that area. So do you know what? Yeah, oh, I might just do that. Stick this on and then decide. Or decide what else you're going to put on it and then stick it on. I think that might be the best way to go. Sometimes I do one, sometimes I do other. See, so yeah, things just getting flung around the desk. There's no great method to this. I just stick what I think looks good on. And when in doubt, stick a label and a butterfly on it. Ta-da! Do you know what? I like that there. I might put 2 labels on here. I might stick a big one at the bottom. Fig 1 and Fig 2. No, I don't like how it's covering flower up, so that's too big. What about this hexagonal one? I can see. Oh, for some reason that's blurred. I don't know if that's how it's printed or how it came. What about a label with some colour on down bottom? 3 days later, the woman picks a label. I don't want red. I think blue might look better. No, I don't want that. I don't want green. Oh, do you know what? I'm just going to put 27 labels all on one thing. There you go. And we'll do a butterfly at some point. Right, first then I'm going to put my labels on. And I'm going to use glue stick for these. Oh, I don't know what fell on the floor there. It could have... Oh no, it were Gertrude. Oh, Gertrude, there's no wonder you're not working right, woman. If anyone didn't know this is Gertrude, I think you know where it is. She just doesn't listen anymore. Even when I say the wake word, she's a bit deaf. She comes on at minimum volume. I think it's... might be time to get a Gertrude 2.0. Right. Let's do this. That's a new glue stick. And it's very, very sticky. That upside down? Do you know, I don't know. I don't even know what's on that label to know if it's upside down. So you can go there. So when you're not talking, you could just whip through these pretty quick. Perfect for a little mass making situation that you could have going on. You could stencil a load, then, well, fold a load first, fold them, stencil them, stick something on them. Ooh, that looks straight enough now. I just like the look of that label right in the middle there where there aren't any bricks. I think this one needs a little bit of ink on edge with it being pale. So I've got my edge inker out, whatever it's called. It's an edge inker. A jinker. I could put a label on that that says a jinker. I probably won't remember why it said a jinker on it. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's been watching videos and leaving comments. I've gone through and done some reading and liking. I get overwhelmed sometimes, and then I end up doing nothing. I get overwhelmed sometimes that, oh no, there's loads of comments. So then instead of answering any, I answer none. It's really weird, really weird. Right, this one I think I may have to glue some of this with. This is made out of much thicker card than I thought. I'm going to go for it anyway. It's not like it's heavy duty. It's a very lightweight card or a thick paper. I'm going to put a little bit of, use your purple one so you can see where you've put it. Yeah. Middle of flowers, I'm going to go for that. Then I'm going to go for some Barely Arts or Art Glitter. Barely Arts glue, because I think it wrinkles your paper less. Again, all this stuff, it's all either listed in my description or on my Amazon storefront. You may have noticed a few months back I started putting a link in for scrapbook.com, because I know a lot of the things I would normally buy at Amazon in the UK, I've now discovered are available at scrapbook.com. I didn't honestly realise what a huge range of craft supplies they did. I have ordered from them in the past, but I've mainly just got paper. But they're like, yeah. And I now have an affiliate account with them, so if you use that link, it doesn't cost you extra. You get to the same place, but I will get a commission. I like using affiliate links for things that I would have bought anyway, if that makes sense. I won't try and sell you something that I would never use or haven't used. In fact, I've took things off my Amazon storefront when I've decided I don't like them. But it's just a general link anyway for share a sale for the scrapbook.com. Right, I like that. That's pretty. Yeah, like I said, there's no rocket science gone into it. I think I've got room there for a flutterby. I might put a couple of flutterbys on. You don't know. Where are my flutterbys? Let's find some flutterbys. Here we go. I've got some ribbon butterflies. I've got my box of butterflies. And I've got one of these. We've all got these, haven't we? This is all the bits that I just pick up off my desk. Yeah, and they just end up, there's all sorts. So I may have some butterflies in there. I won't just spend 3 days looking for butterflies, but I've just found the one I wanted. Oh, I knew it was there. Now I don't like it, it's too big, so I don't want it anymore. I just don't want it, but I'll tell you what I have got. I've got some buttons that I'd already made. That's not a button, but I could make it into one. Here we go. I know I've got one, a pre-made button with just a little bit of glitter on the edge, and there's another one. And I use this for it. It's a button punch. I'm not going to try and sell you this because I got it second hand on eBay. So mainly for ladies in UK. I don't honestly know if this lady ships internationally. She might do because she's a big seller. And she is called Crafty71. Yeah, and I will put a link to her in the description, because I did say to her that I would put a link because she's got quite a lot of good value punches and stamps and other little bits of crafty stuff, but loads of second-hand punches. In fact, she's got some new old punches, but they're new ones, if you know what I mean. So yeah, and do you know what she's going at minute? I'll tell you, if anyone's got spare £60 to spend, I know I haven't, she's got one of them Stampin' Up! Whale tail punches in. Yeah, that's it. Crickets now, everybody's gone to have a look. Yeah, I mean, that has come down. I know they were going for a lot of money second hand, but I think because you can get other versions of it now, they are a lot cheaper. In case you're wondering what on earth I'm on about, it's that one. It's the original Stampin' Up! That does that shape, yeah. So yeah, she's got one in. I just thought I'd tell you, because some people collect these things, don't they? I mean, I'm just happy I've got the shape. I won't be spending £60 on a punch. But yeah, crafty, beautiful packaging, came really quickly, so I did say I would mention her in my video. So yeah, I just do keep waffling off on tangents, don't I? I'm just very like that at the minute. Right, so grab a butterfly and pop one on. I don't think I'm going to do anything too glitzy on this, so I think I just want a plain. Do you know what? I might like him. He does still show a little bit though, doesn't he? I've always said that if I'm just putting a little accent on, I don't want it to... It's the first thing your eye goes to now, isn't it? Instead of the lovely flower. So, oh yeah, I like him. He just blends into the background, but he's there. And I think he needs to be there, actually. Yeah, he needs to be there. Yeah, there. So he's just flying away from that. I think he's a moth. He's not even a butterfly, he's a moth. Oh, got a sideways one there. No, it's too fancy. Too fancy. I think when the butterfly is the focal point, that's when I like to use my bright butterflies. And do you know, I think I'm gonna stick a button on that and call it done after I've stuck this on. And just because I can't be bothered. Oh, we're going to say I can't be bothered to find my glue stick because I can see it lid and not glue stick. I did see it. I'm just going to put this on with some glue. Like I said, this Barely Arts glue doesn't wrinkle paper too much. Should I have him pointing that way? Yeah, I always have him pointing outwards. Let's have him pointing inwards. There we go. I'm going to take a pair of scissors to the bottom of this. And that is a crease, so I'm going to be very careful. I'll do it from this side. I just want to snip that off without putting a hole in my paper. There we go. Did it. That's it. And I'm going to pop something on the top as a button. I don't think I like the colour of that, so do you know what? I'm going to use the new fancy punch, and I'm going to punch another button, and I'm going to grab, what's that? I might do it like that colour. You can see I've already used this. Whee! 1, 2, 3. It's a woodware brand, this. That is a UK brand. Yeah, I think it just needs a nice pale button on the top. And then I'm going to punch another one just from a plain boring piece of... Oh, actually, I want the other side of it to look nice. I'm going to punch another one from here, but I'm going to punch it this way round. Buttons galore. It doesn't have... It's one of those where the thing ends up in side punch. So you have to get a check. And I've punched that way around for that reason. Because if you can see, it embosses a little circle. So, well, I can't do it now. Yeah. I just want the back of it also to be pretty. Yeah. So I'm going to glue these together. One might just be thick enough, but I'm not sure, you know. So if in doubt, do another one. Whee. So let's glue it proper way. I nearly mucked it up then, didn't I? Glue them together. Like I say, if you don't have a button punch, you can just use a shape punch. I did think about doing a butterfly button, but I didn't get round to it. I might do. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to just put a little bit of ink around this. So this is quite a muted one. This one would look lovely in one of Edith Holden journals that I've been cracking on with for about 7, 8 months, maybe 9, could be 10 months now. I think I've discovered I'm not about mass making. I get too hung up on wanting to do 6 identical journals, and I can't. It's not possible. I want them to be individual, but same enough now. I think I've got issues that a psychiatrist needs to sort out as to why they are taking me so long, yeah. So if you go to the Just Giving page, Julie needs therapy. I'm joking. The ink one, it doesn't exist. Now I'm going to put some twine in there. And here's a sneak peek to a video I've got coming up soon. Look at this, yummy twine. These are from Tapeology. Oh, yummy, yummy. I'm going to be doing a Christmas video with some Tapeology goodies very soon. I'm not going to show you Christmas goodies. These came with the Christmas goodies, but they're not technically just for Christmas. Tapeology is for, yeah, everyday crafting, not just for Christmas. And look how well they go. I think I want to use that colour. Oh, I did manage to find end. And all I'm going to do is just thread it through. I tell you what, just to make my life easy, I can't be bothering with no needles. Them holes are big enough. A normal person should be able to thread stuff through them holes. They really should. And I want it to cross on the front and not cross on the back. Can't do it. I still can't do it. Oh my lord. Cross on the front and not cross on the back. Do you remember in UK? I don't know if you probably did this in US. I'm just going to cut that because I'm going to get my knickers in a twist if I don't. It doesn't happen anymore. If you're under a certain age, you'll probably think, what is the woman on about? Telly going off. But quite often we used to have service interruptions in TV. Back in the day when it used to come by a radio transmitter. And the telly would often go off and you'd just get this music. They were very that kind of music, and that's for some reason is what I was humming then. We will be back in. They always told you shortly, and then it could be hours. No, I'm exaggerating there. Unless a sheep had chewed transmitter bottom and it fell over. Oh yeah. Not that I think that ever happened either. Wee. So what is she waffling about? Yeah, and they always just put this picture up of this girl playing. Well, we call it noughts and crosses. I think across pond you call it tic-tac-toe, don't you? Yeah. She was doing that on a chalkboard. Where is that what she were? Very scary. I think she has appeared in some horror films since. Very weird. Wee. Anyway, I finally put a bit of string. It's just them little extra touches, isn't it? Especially when you're doing something that doesn't take a lot of thought and creativity. Wee. A bit of glue. And I just want it on that one thing at the front, because then it will operate as our fold out journal card. There we go. Pretty happy with that. I don't think it's in the middle, but hey ho. I say hey ho and then I move it, push it across a bit. Yeah, do you know, if you're new to crafting and you haven't crafted for about 3 weeks like me, Barely Arts I like more than Art Glitter Glue. They're both brands, they're both as good as each other, but the Barely Arts doesn't grab quite as quickly. With the Art Glitter Glue, sometimes it grabs instantly and you can't move it. Now, there's times when you don't want things to move, there's times when you need that little bit of a wiggle. So that is why, if people wonder why I have them both on desk and use them interchangeably, yes, sometimes it matters which I use, sometimes it just really doesn't. Really don't. Look, I quite like that. Yeah, let's get the others out. It's quite a lot more muted, isn't it, than that one, and especially that other one that's now buried somewhere on my desk. Yeah, but it's very pretty. Ooh, come back. Now I think I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to stencil the flowers on this time. Yeah, and then we can get to play with our glitter pens and stuff like that, and use some coloured ink. Yeah, there's craft lanches. I've got them die cuts come in bags like this, and I've got a little pile of them here, and they're just all falling off desk. I'm putting things on top of them and they're sliding about. And then after all them I got out, I used one, like you do. Sit there. Sometimes kids have to dig me out at craft room when they come home from college, you know, because things have just fallen behind me and I can't get out. Right, another piece of paper. Right, I've got this one. Oh, I love it when that happens. Yeah, I don't tea dye my own paper at the minute. My back's just not up to it. And the lady, she's usually linked in my description if you're in the same boat as me in the UK and you don't want to tea dye your own paper. Do you know what? I'm going to... Do you know how I said if the edge is too wrinkly? I'm just going to cut that off. Because the size of the journal card don't matter that much. And I'm going to do that side as well. Whee. So we'll just have it'll be a smidgen smaller, this journal card. It just sometimes happens when they dry, that, doesn't it? But it don't really bother me. Most journals I make, I'll put something on edge or end up trimming it down to fit in. I'm going to move this again because I can't see the edges of my paper against that brown craft backdrop. If you've got something, perhaps get your scoreboard out if you've got one to butt the edge up to, that'll help you to fold it more precisely. But like I say, if it goes a bit Pete-tong, you can always trim edge off. Where's your bone folder? Whee! I don't know how long I've been going. I did film the making of one of those yesterday. I had one as a prototype and I showed it at the beginning of the video. Then I made one and I was very tired after, so I thought I'll come back and do another one on video, and then I just don't know what I've done. I thought I'd uploaded the video to Google and then deleted it off my phone, but no. I've done that a couple of times lately. I think it's something wrong in my settings. And if I've had a sleep, I can't remember exactly what I did the day before. So I won't forget. This will go up. Well, if you're seeing it, I didn't have a problem. If you're not seeing it, Houston, there was a problem. I'm going to fold that the other way, only because I don't want that piece of paper with the really dark tea stain at the top. I like that better. No reason, that's just personal preference. So I just halted it. No, I didn't alter it. There is no H in halter. But there is one on herbs. Herbs with a H. I don't know why that came to mind, because in Yorkshire we don't put an H on herbs either, it's just herbs. So in America and Yorkshire it's herbs, everywhere else it's herbs. I can't even say the H properly. Right, Julie, shut waffling. Right, what we're going to do. So let's grab some more stencils and decide what we're going to do. Now I'm going to look through and I'm going to grab some. I've used this before. They've got little bowls on end and I think I could colour them in red and put some glitter on. It might look a bit Christmassy, it might not. So that one is an option. So I'll take it off my ring. Something just fell up the floor, I ain't got a clue what. But a stencil that were attached. I don't know what it were. I don't know. So that one's an option. I overused those, so I'll give them a rest. I have got a couple of the Tim Holtz ones. Oh, we could do coloured splashes. That'd be that's giving me palpitations. Thought of doing splashes in any colour other than tea stain. Do you know what I mean? We could have like a rosy, lacy background. That might be pretty. Yeah, we don't have to have bricks in background. Let's do a flowery, lacy background. Right, we're doing it. I'm going to bring my piece of card back in again that I'm working on. Yeah, a lacy flowery background. And I could do it in different colours. I could have a darker colour on the edge and a lighter colour towards the middle. I could. What have I got? What have we got? I don't want to make it too dark though, because then I want to do something else on the middle. What have I got? Peacock feathers. Look, these are all tattered rose. No, that is the only one that looks like it may have dried up. Victorian velvet. 3 hours later. That were ridiculous. I was spending 3 hours deciding what colour ink to use. So do you know what? I'm just going to use tea dye. For my background bit, tea dye. Oh, it was too stressful. I couldn't do it. So where's my big brush gone? So I've come back and I'm still not organised. Here we go, big brush. I'm just going to do, it's going to be like one big doily on the back. Oh, it'd be pretty. So let's line edge up-ish. Line it up-ish. There we go. And again, I've started at the edge because I always do it darker at the edge. I mean, tell you what, do you know, if I did that, you could see what I'm doing. I wouldn't have to mess. It is movable, woman, it is movable. So I've gone a little bit lighter over the middle, but I need to go darker than that though. That were ridiculous. Yeah, they don't hold as much ink as the daubers, these. My tea dye ink, by the way, it is Distress Oxide. I don't have tea dye in the Distress ink. The oxides give them chalkier finish, but I don't mind mixing too. I quite like it. Oh, that looks good. Bit more there, bit more there. A little bit more over the middle. A little bit more. But because I've got less ink on my brush, it's not going to be as dark as edges. I like that. That's pretty. But I also want to do some on this side. Let's do that. Like I said, I don't mind that it don't match up in the middle because it's such a the nature of the pattern means it's not an issue, it's not a problem. So edges first, then it gives you that look that you've inked the edges, even though you haven't. I've got a bit there right on corner that's not an open part stencil, can you see what I mean? So then it looks like that's pretty pale. I might just put a bit of ink on that corner. That looks good. Then a little bit more over at middle. Whee. I'm just flipping it up to have a see. Yeah, I like that. Oh, that looks good. Ooh, really nice. So do you know how people do this fancy tea dyeing where they put doilies in to get these patterns? If you, like me, if it breaks your back tea dyeing, yeah, get yourself a doily stencil. I really like that one. Buys the Tim Holtz one. If anyone's interested, it is the THS018 because they all have little numbers printed in them. Right, make sure that's the right way up because I don't want to put my flower on upside down. But do you know, if I did, say I put it on upside down like that, it wouldn't be end at world. I'd then perhaps just put my little... In fact, if you took it into a side pocket, yeah, put your tab on the side, yeah. Waffle, 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 waffle. Right, so I want to do a stencil, a flower stencil in the centre, and I were umming and ahhing over that one where I could put oh, that's nice. Oh, that is nice, but I don't think it's I like it actually. Oh, I like it. It's got a butterfly on. I could come in with butterfly and put in wherever I want, because I want the big flowers in the middle. Oh, I like that. I'm going to go for that. Then I can have a few butterflies in the sky. Yeah, so I'm going to use a pinky colour on end there. I'll come in with some greens for foliage, but then I can alter the colour of some foliage and put some little glittery bits on ends using my pencils and my glitter gel pens. So, do we want pink or do we want this? Let's have a look, see. I might need to get a clean brush for this. Yeah, get a clean brush out, woman, because it's just going to be a mess if you try that one. Here we go. I bought these ages ago and I've only ever used two. Let's use the blue one. That was my theory. Use the... I don't want a brush for every colour, but I want a brush for each colour family. Yeah, I was testing all these colours. I did that off camera. I'm thinking, no, I don't want them for background. It's too bright. I'll end up with exactly what I did wrong on the other one where my blue were too bright. Let's... Oh, that'd be a lovely colour flower, wouldn't it? Or would it? Would that be better for butterfly? That might be better for butterfly, you know. I'm going to go for pink. I taught me some art things very easily. And I already have a brush with a pink end. Do I? Do I? No, I don't. It's orange. I use pink and orange. Use the purple brush for the pink. That'll do. Use whatever brushes you like to use with your stencils. I've got some of them that go on your fingers, but I've got fat fingers. So, no, really not good when you've got fat fingers. Let's find a pink. What's that game? You know, you've got to find something under a cup. Ooh, one lipstick. Let's try that. See what that looks like. This might be the one that's a bit too bright. Oh no, that's the one I wanted. Look. Looky look. Yeah, and I used a Distress Oxide on that and it was a little bit paler than I wanted. So this is when I start, yeah, just test your colours. Test your colours. Short waffling and do some stenciling, missus. I bet I'm casting all sorts of shadows. But hey ho. And I want my stems to come off the bottom. So, I mean, you can get all fancy and you can put tape around everything. I just can't be bothered. So I'm going to cover up bits I don't want to stencil with my fingers. Like you do. Let's have a look. Ooh, I like. It's more of an open pattern, this. A bit more ink on that bit. I have got some smaller stencil brushes. I'm thinking that might be better for this. Whee! I like that. And now I'm going to grab these. These are actually, oh, I don't know what on earth fell on the floor there, but I'm not picking it up. These are a present from a friend, and I don't have green ones. These are from my friend Shirl. Yeah, I think these might be a bit easier to use. And I'm going to try some green on the stems. Whee! Oh, that's nice green. Line that back up. That's going to be really dark, but hey ho. Oh no, that was really dark. Oh well. We've got some dark green leaves there, it would appear. I'm not sure if these are any better. These are more better. Do you know, these are better for getting really good coverage. Looks like I'm going a bit darker with a lot of these leaves now, because that's what happened. I think I need that stem to be dark as well. I'm just going to go and end some of these leaves with this darker green, and then I'll come in on stems with something lighter. Let's have a look, see. Yeah, see what I mean? Is it an ombre effect they call that? I don't know. I might have got that totally wrong. Whee. Now I'm going to get a different colour green, because that, what was that? Forest moss, bit dark. Put your lids on or you can have a disaster, you know it. Ooh, pine needles looks even darker. What else we got in green? Do you know, I don't think I've got any light greens in Distress Ink. What we got left on the shelf? They're not green. Ooh, fired brick, faded jeans, salty ocean, pumice stone, scattered straw, mustard seed. Nah, I don't have any greens. That's a bit of a... So let's mix it with some Distress Oxides then. I'm sure I've got some green in that. Ooh, look at that. Bundled sage. Right. Do you know, another thing about Distress Oxide, I'm making these colours up. They are a bit... there we go. The more opaque, that's the word. So I can lighten that really dark leaf up for it a bit. Yeah, looking good. There's probably people sat there with their hands over their eyes now, because I'm getting two types of ink on my brush and dipping it back in my ink pad, but I'm just using corner. As long as it doesn't self-destruct when I do this, I can do it for one. Oh, I quite like that. Ombre, yeah, that's the look. But I'm now going to have to be careful not to cover all that darker green up with this. Which I'm not being careful at all. But that were good to know. I've just, look at difference in colour because I've put that over it. Whee. I quite like that. I think this is going to need a lot of butterflies, because you know, with that being such an open flower, it's not really a very big focal point in the middle, is it? I like that. I think that's pretty. Yeah. It draws right up middle. I mean, that dark green there, yeah, it does. You can tell I don't know what I'm doing with inks and stuff. I didn't do art, me. Never done art. I just make it up as I go along, and then I forget it. Make it up as I go along. I don't remember which bits go right and which bits go wrong. Right. So it's definitely going to need some flutterbys on this, isn't it? Just to liven it up. I think I'm going to go for some rub-ons. What we got? I know I've got a lot of smaller ones left, because I tend to pinch the big ones first. Oh, they're going to look so good, aren't they? I think these rub-ons were Stamperia ones, or Stamperia. Oh, little sideways flutterby. No, you're bigger than a flower, mate. You're going to weigh it down. Let's try these three. I'm going to cut them up, and then think about where to put them. I'm going to get a chompy label for down here. Well, not too big and chompy a label. Just a label. Oh, I could put a stamp on top corner, make it look like some kind of postcard affair. That's a nice label. What we're going to have. I don't know whose labels these are. I put a list of the places where I tend to get my labels from in my description, because I never know whose is whose, so I am afraid that it really is up to you to go and look. Yeah, look at labels from people I buy my labels from. Tracy Fox, Mad Paper Crush, they're two that always come to mind, but there are others. I think I've had labels from My Porch Prints, Junk Journal Studio, yeah, and others, but they are all listed. I just don't know what came from where. I'm just cutting the darker bit of green off this edge. I didn't like it, but I do like that label. It doesn't stand out too much, but it's there. Oops. This is my Elmer's Extreme Glue I've picked up. It sticks even fabric. I don't tend to just use it for paper. I got it out by mistake. Because it's there on my desk, I keep grabbing it. Hard to get hold of in UK. I do manage though. Right, and then I'm going to pop 3 flutterbys around and about. Just don't know where. I need 2 in sky, I think. Right, you can go there, mate. I'm putting them on the bit that is lighter in the middle, not too near edge, because I don't want it to... I think I want that lighter one nestled in the foliage, and I'll have the blue one here. There we go. And I'm going to rub these on with my bone folder. I'm just going to fold it out while I rub them on, so I'm not rubbing into that. I'll just give them both, there's 3 of them, give all 3 of them a good rub first, so I don't accidentally knock one off while I'm rubbing other. And then, oh yeah, that's rubbed on pretty good. There we go. Then I'm going to come in with some glittery bits. I might even put a sparkly label on top of this one. I don't know how good this is going to rub on over ink. Mind you, it's rubbed on over back there, but there weren't a lot of ink. Oh, it seems to be rubbing on okay. Whee! There we go. I quite like that. It's not going to be hanging at National Gallery like, but hey ho, I like it. So we've got to use these stickles. What do we want to use? Oh, I think I'm just going to use the ones, that one. It's just like a bit sparkly. Ooh, let's test it. Make sure it's coming out okay. Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to just make little pearl drops, but and they're supposed to be self-leveling and they look like little pearls, but they never worked right when I got them new. Let's put a bit there. Ooh. I'm going to put a bit in the centre of flutterbys. Why I didn't put on wings, I don't know. Because I think that might have been a bit too much if I covered all the wings in glitter. That's why. I'm going to put a bit more, I'm going to put some crayon on those stalks as well, just to alter colour of some of them a little bit. Just random green crayons out of a big set. Just no rhyme, no reason. But as you can you see those little things I were cutting out on the other stencils? This is another option, isn't it? Just, so I don't like the gaps. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Whee. Like that, I didn't get it right to end. I'm going to change colour for no reason whatsoever other than I can. Don't put your hand in glitter, woman, because you know it'll all go wrong. Yeah. Down here. You could colour the whole stenciling with crayons if you wanted. If you don't have inks, yeah, you could use stencil as a stencil. Oh, oh no, can't believe I said that. Yeah, so you just got to mix the greens, you know, like in real life. All leaves are different colours. Yeah. Not that this resembles real in any way, shape or form. But I need some more glitter on the flower because that bit in the middle is just not doing it for me. I'm gonna put glitter on the whole thing because I can, and then I can use that glittery button at the top. I mean, maybe you didn't think this needed glitter, but I think it's because we're coming up to Christmas. I've got this need to use glitter, even though it's not a Christmassy project. I've got the urge to use glitter. That's not, do you know what? I think I also want to put glitter on some stems, just because I can. You know, I'm going to use that other stencil and put glitter on red baubles. Yeah. It's a glittery forest. Glittery forest with a glittery forest floor. I'll just put the glitter as though it's water droplets. Yeah. Glittery water on this planet, wherever these flowers grow. Isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. There we go. Like I said, it's not rocket science. Not every piece of ephemera has to be a work of art, but it's pretty and I like it. And with that button on, I think it finishes it off lovely. And we just need some twine on it. What colour twine? I think I'll go for a bit of... I'm going to go dark blue. Pick the colour from the butterfly. Just trying to find the end. Oh, watch me not be able to find end on this one. There we go. Yeah, that is my method for finding end. Start up front. That way. Move the glittery bits out your way. That way. Cross across the front. Only because I find that easier to glue the button on when I've got the cross bit at the front. And to tie the bow. Right. So yeah, that's the way to do it. Go in from the front and then I can tie it before I cut it off the skein, and then I lose less cotton. You probably lose less cotton if you've got smaller fingers. That just didn't work, did it? I've not left myself enough here for my big chompy sausage fingers. But hey ho. So I hope you've enjoyed this little craft with me. It's got me back into doing videos, to be honest. I had a bit of a, I don't know, I felt nervous about doing it. Like, I think it's the longest I've gone without doing a video 3 weeks. And I've now been on YouTube doing videos for 4 years. Wow, where did the time go? I sound like Granny Murray. And now I can't remember the name of the kids' programme where the lady called Granny Murray used to go, where did the time go? It's a UK programme, if you're all baffled in other countries. Right, find some glue, stick your button on, and you're done with that one. Whee! I like it. So thank you, Zoe, for this idea. I got the idea, I could have showed you the one Zoe made me, but then I went and put it back away because I was getting Christmassy bits out and I came across it. I'm like, oh wow, that were a brilliant idea for doing journal cards and hidden journaling. So we've got that one, and they're all different. That one's just so more vibrant than the rest, isn't it? And that one, how pretty are they? Oh, don't put anything on there. I'll let you into a secret. If you look at that one, it did have glitter on back, because after I'd put the glitter on that one, I put that on top of it to tidy up. What a numpty. So yeah, quite like them. They are pretty, pretty, pretty. So give them a whirl. Yeah, if you're stuck as to what to use for a journal card, if you haven't got any anything hanging around that you want to decorate up as a journal card, just fold a piece of paper in four. One there, you've got a journal card. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will be back. My next video is going to be a Christmas video with some Tapeology stuff. But what I will say is, the thing I'm doing isn't just for Christmas. It's for life, not just for Christmas. So you don't have to do it with Christmassy bits and bobs. So it still might be worth seeing. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for all your lovely comments and for watching while I was away. And I'll see you next time. Bye.